Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad to be here today for our second BBG Mentorship Roundtable. This program has been structured with the contribution of our members, our events committee members, and I would like to recognize them. Elizabeth Alderetti, our chairwoman of the committee, Vera Schaefer, Thais Pagani, Alessandra Lemos, and Suzanne Thorson. Thank you, ladies. You are wonderful. I couldn't do that without you. So the purpose of this program is to give our members the opportunity to have access to different tools that can assist us on improving our performance as a professionals. We all have been facing so many different challenges, and this means that we have to improve our performance as business owners and professionals, right? We have to find different paths and different ways to do what we used to do, the same in a different way, right? So I would like to give special thanks to our mentor today, this evening, whose expertise and knowledge will enlighten us, Antonio Miranda. We truly appreciate your contribution to our Brazilian community. I also would like to thank our trustees at Trade Aviation, Art and Marketing, Bank United, Five Rings Financial, Leader Associates, Multimedia Works, Northwestern Mutual, Aussie Web Design, RVG Company, and Westchester Financial. I would like to take this opportunity to give some announcements, actually. Our next event will take place on April 1st, and it's going to be the BBG Business Panel at Focus Brazil, South Florida. It's going to be on April 1st, as I mentioned, at 6 p.m. And we are going to bring one of the great Brazilian entrepreneurs in the digital industry. It's going to be our special guest. His name is Guga Mafra. He is 3 times founder in creative and media strategies. He has more than 15 years of experience in critical roles in leading digital content development and advertising organizations. He's author, he's podcaster, and one of the most influential people in the Brazilian internet space. So I would like to invite you all to save the date, April 1st at 6 p.m. I'm putting a lot of expectation in this event. It's going to be great. He has a lot of experience and knowledge of, a very successful entrepreneur. And I'm sure you're going to be inspired by his recommendation and his success case. We also have sponsorship opportunities for this event. And I would like, if one of you would like to become a sponsor to this event, I would be glad to send you the sponsorship package for your consideration. So if you could please just write down the chat if someone would like to receive more details, I'll be glad to do that. All right. So before I starting our mentorship session, I would like to provide a few instructions on how it's going to happen. Okay, Antonio will have the 20 minutes to do his presentation, and after that, Elizabeth is going to divide also all of us in break rooms, and we're going to do an exercise, and Antonio will be able to go over the different break rooms to give instructions to all of us. So you don't have to do anything, just look at your screen. You're gonna see a message stating that you're gonna be transferred to a room number X, 1, 2, or 3. You can just click on OK, or you can wait and you're going to be transferred to the room you've been assigned for. After the time, we're going to have to do our exercise. The Zoom will automatically transfer it to the main session. Okay? Just make sure that you do not click on leave the meeting. Otherwise, you're going to be actually exiting the whole Zoom meeting. All right? So let me introduce you to Antonio Miranda. Antonio Miranda holds a master's degree in marketing from Florida International University, a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of São Paulo, and is specialized in marketing by the Kellogg School of Management. Antonio has 20 years of international marketing and sales experience in companies such as Philip Morris, Pernod Ricard, Diageo, Merrill Lynch, and AB InBev in the USA, Brazil, and Colombia. So with you, our mentor, Antonio Miranda.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with friends, former partners such as my friend and former partner Fernando, who I like a lot, my mentor Chris, and so many friends I have here. I love being here with you, and I prepared this presentation especially for you. This is the first time I'm going to talk about this topic, but when we were talking what we could bring as content for you that you could definitely use in your business right away. Right after this, you can use this, you can apply this to your business, okay? And I see that the reason why I chose this topic, I see that many of us are in businesses that you have lots of competition, right? Real estate, insurance, these things are so competitive, and I know you are the best in what you do. So my intention is to bring you some advantage over the competitors today. Okay, that's what we're going to try to do. Let me share my screen with you.
Okay, I have my notebook with my pen here, Antonio.
Yes, and so before I start, let me share. Okay, share screen. Okay, so if anyone wants to ask a question, just let me know because I have my full screen here. I don't see everyone. I'm seeing Elizabeth and Andrea only. Okay, so let me know. So before I start, I'd like to thank Elizabeth and Andrea. You ladies do an amazing work leading our group. Congratulations for all this. I know it's a lot of work you put behind this, so congratulations for this. I think it's highly appreciated by all the members. So the topic I'm going to talk about today is how to make your competition relevant. Right? That sounds very, very marketer, right? Very easy to do, but it's actually based on a lot of theory, and that's what I'm gonna share with you, the theory. And then when we go to the breakout rooms, you're gonna practice with your group. Okay, so this is how we're gonna conduct this. I'm gonna show you the theory, show you the two tools we're gonna use, and then you're going to the breakout rooms, and you're gonna choose within your group one company that is in the group, right? So that's the first task you're going to have. Then you're going to develop the methodology, thinking about this company. And then when we come back from the breakout rooms, you're going to present this and hopefully get feedback. So the most valuable part of this exercise is not doing the exercise, is receiving feedback from your peers and feedback from the rest of the viewers. Okay. There is someone with the audio open there. If everyone can mute, because I'm listening to myself, it's kind of hard to speak. Okay, thank you. So let me tell you about the International Business Insiders. This is the only part of the presentation that is in Portuguese, but it's a group of people, right, who have experience in international business. So we joined our forces. And you guys know most of them. Most of them have been or are still members of the group. So Abel Fiorotti, myself, Igor, people, Leonardo Rezende, Manuel Sweat, and Paola Tucunduva. So what we do is all the entrepreneurs from abroad that want to start a business here, we help them with our expertise. In my case, which my expertise is marketing, so I help them with market research mainly, marketing strategy, positioning definition, and commercial planning. That's what we do in my case. But everyone there in the group is specialized in some areas of business. And the most important thing about this group, it's an open group, okay? We started and we actually knew a lot of ourselves here at BBG, and we are complementing a lot of skills. So we decided to just give a brand to something that we do on a regular basis. We refer business to each other. So when customers come, they don't say, oh, these guys, they belong to the same group. That's what we do. So let's talk about this strategy that is called Blue Ocean, right? Has anyone ever heard about this Blue Ocean strategy? No? Okay. So,
Yes.
yes? Okay. So for those of you who know, it's going to be a refresh, right? But that's something very powerful that a lot of companies use. And when I say companies, people tend to think about the huge, large companies. No, you can implement this to your small business, okay? You can implement this to your consultancy, okay? That's what we're going to talk about. So who can help me here and give me a hint based on this picture of what we're going to talk about? There is one side, a red ocean, and the other side is a blue ocean, right? What is this picture suggesting to you? Who can help
I want to be on the blue.
Yes, you want to be in the blue, but what's so special about the blue, Elizabeth?
In the blue, you caught the fish. You did something, your goal, you reached your goal, you caught a fish. In the red, you're still fishing and frustrated.
Yes, and there is a reason why the red ocean is red. It's because all the sharks, they're fighting for the same prey, right? So there's a lot of blood, and that's the meaning of the blue ocean, right? You want to go fishing where there are no sharks, where there are no other fishermen beside you. You want to go fishing where there's plenty of fish just for you. Wouldn't that be amazing in terms of businesses? So that's the analogy of the blue ocean strategy. This strategy was created by these professors from INSEAD Business School, right? It's a book. If you're interested, after this session, if you're interested about this topic, it's a great book, The Blue Ocean Strategy. It was written by them, Dr. Chen Kim and Renée Mauborgne, back in 2004. And since then, they've been enhancing this concept, and a lot of companies have adopted this methodology, this market theory, and implemented it in their businesses. That's what we're gonna discuss a little bit. So just in case you want to know more about it, this is the book that is I based this presentation on. So before we go to the hands-on work, it's important that you know that this can work to your business if you have the right mindset, right? A lot of people, they've been doing the same thing the same way for over 20 years, and they expect different results, right? It's impossible to expect different results if you don't have different actions. So there is a need to have a mindset shift, right? And a mindset shift, it will be important for you to adapt to all the changes that are constantly happening in every business, right? Every day you have a new competitor, every day you have a new technology, a new product. So you need to have an open mindset. But I know that everyone who's at the BBG group, we are very open-minded, right? We like to be here. We like to hear other people's experiences. So mindset is not a problem in our group, I'm sure. The second one is the tools. So we're going to use a lot of the tools, some of the tools that this methodology uses. So we're going to use them during our practice. So, and we're going to discuss a lot of other tools that we're not going to use this evening, but they are available to you. And the third one is culture. So if you, I know most of you work by yourself, but if you work in a larger company, or if you have a team, keep in mind that a culture of innovation and a change is always important. And there is always someone in a group who is resistant to change. Things have been done like this since we started the business. Let's not change. So it's a matter of culture sometimes. So be really cautious about how you're dealing with the culture in your company. So today we're going to talk about three main, actually four main steps of this, right? So value innovation, the six paths framework, strategy canvas, that's what we're going to work together with, and the 4 action framework. So the first two we're going to see now are the value innovation and 6 paths framework. So the idea behind Blue Ocean is a lot of people say, I will reduce my costs, so this way I can reduce my price, this way I can be more competitive, right? That's when red oceans are created. Everybody's fighting on price, everybody's losing money, but they keep competing in the red ocean, right? And they're not very concerned about bringing innovation, bringing value to the buyer, right? So in the red ocean, as I was saying, everyone is competing in an existing market, right? So let's use real estate as an example. Right? Real estate is very competitive. A lot of agents, a lot of agencies. So everybody's competing in the existing market. So it's really common. Sometimes I talk to some agents and I say, oh, okay, so if I have a customer, would you be willing to service this customer? All of them say yes, right? Because it's so competitive, and sometimes people don't really stop and say, but what kind of customer, right? Is that customer for you, for me, or for someone else I can, refer to and concentrate on my business? So this is really important. In red oceans also, you're always trying to beat the competition, right? Some companies, they don't care about if the business is lucrative, they don't care about margins, they just want to beat the competition. And that's what causes red oceans. They want to exploit existing demand, right? So everybody's fighting for the same fish. They want to make the value cost trade-off. What it means? Okay, let's reduce the quality, or let's reduce the cost. This way we can be more competitive. And they are always looking for ways to align the whole system of the company for activities that will reduce costs or differentiate or increase differentiation. Okay. In the blue oceans, the opposite happens, right? So what we want in this session is to create uncontested markets to serve.
Excuse me,
Right.
1 second, Antonio, you had
Sure.
blue is red. You said red. That's what confused me at the top.
Oh no, this is just the name of the, but it's right. This should be blue here.
Yeah, I mean, no, when you said
Yeah.
it says red, but I think you meant blue up there.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
blue.
okay,
Mhm.
okay.
So in blue, we want to create uncontested markets, right? We want to make the competition irrelevant. We want to create and capture new demand, right? We want to break the value cost trade-off. So we're not talking about only costs, right? We are talking about innovation. We are talking about things that the customer wouldn't even care about the cost, right? And we want to align our whole system in activities that will pursue differentiation and low cost. And that's possible in a lot of cases. Okay. So this was a break in paradigm, because up to the 1980s, right, the 1990s, Michael Porter, in his book, competitive strategy. He introduced this model, right? So you, according to him, you could have differentiation, and differentiation would be a trade-off between costs or differentiation and quality, right? So according to him, you couldn't have innovation and low cost. Basically, in basic words, that's what the book says. So you had to choose to be a leader in innovation or to be a leader in costs. And that's how most companies started to develop their strategies, right? What these professors brought in the 2000s was, look, there are ways that you can increase value, right? Increase buyer value and have lower costs, right? And that's mostly because there is so much technology today that you can do a lot of things that before you had to make this decision, this trade-off of either choosing cost, being cost effective, or being value driven. Okay, is it clear up to here, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, well, we're going to see some examples now using the strategy canvas. And this canvas is what forces us to think how we can find ways to make our competition relevant, right? How we can position ourselves in areas where they haven't seen or they are not focusing on, and then develop our strategy. Okay. Does everybody know the Cirque du Soleil? Probably yes, right?
Yes.
So the Cirque du Soleil, they made a shift in the way people saw the circus, right? This is the very traditional Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey circles, right? So what's the main difference that you see here from this traditional circus to the Cirque du Soleil? Have you ever been to a Cirque du Soleil? What did you see different from the traditional circus? Who can help you?
There's no animals anymore.
Wow, there are no animals. That's a good point. What else? What else is different?
The price.
It's
The price.
Huh?
The price.
The price is different. Which one is more expensive?
The Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil is more expensive, right?
Much
The
higher.
quality of the presentation.
The quality of the presentation.
well,
right?
it's also that it's more of a Vegas show than it
Yes.
is a traditional circus. It's become the entertainment, like a Vegas show.
Yes. If you, Karen, if you were to invite a customer, a very good customer to a show, which one would you take him to?
Well, it depends. I mean, obviously, the circus is traditional and everyone in the world has seen it once. The Cirque du Soleil is innovative.
Yeah. So, anyone else?
I think the target audience is a little different too. The Cirque du Soleil is focused on children and adults, and I think it's more sophisticated.
Yes. Everyone is right, right? But they did this with you remember, you can increase your quality and reduce your costs. Can you imagine how much it costs per day to maintain 4 elephants, 3 lions, these tigers, and carry them around the country, right? It's very expensive. So that was a first point. If you have all these animals, you can't have, you can, but it's very difficult to have a show in a small theater, right? You need a lot of space. So a lot of space, you have to go to other places that are far away from downtown. And people don't see this as sophisticated, right? And they wouldn't pay more. So everything is interconnected. And that's what these people, the Cirque du Soleil, they started to think. And they used the canvas. And here's their canvas, right? So all of you said, look, the price is different. Yes, the blue Cirque du Soleil, right? But they check, look, we don't need a star performer, right? If we have a great show, we don't need to spend money with a star performer, right? Every circles, every now and then bring the greats, whoever, right? Cirque du Soleil doesn't have a great level, right? They don't need to spend money on this. They don't have the animal show. Costs, right? They don't have the aisle concession. They lose money here, but it's not that much, right? The aisle concession is renting, those places for food trucks, for all those things you need because you're far away from the city. Now you're in the city, people can go to dinner right after the show, right? You have multiple show arenas in the traditional circuit. You need a lot of space. In this Cirque du Soleil, you don't need that much space, right? And then they started grading. Okay, fun and humor. Yeah, ours may not be as much fun and have humor as the traditional. They still beat us in thrills and danger because everybody wants to see the lion and all that, right? Well, let's see what we can be good at, right? We can be good at having unique venues because the circles, they're too big. They can't go to unique venues. We can. The theme, we can change the theme every year if we want, right? In the circles, what is the theme? Circles, right? I can have a refined watching environment. If I'm in a nice theater, it's much better for my audience. I can have multiple productions with the same concept. I can be in a lot of cities at the same time because I just depend on people. I don't depend on the elephant, on the lion, and all that, right? And I can have the artistic music in this. So they found 4 important factors analyzing their customers, their consumers, and they started to focus here, right? So if you want to go to a show that has a theme, that has a refined watch environment, that has multiple productions, and an artistic music and dance, and still have good fun, still see thrills and adventures, look, we have something different for you, right? And that's where the traditional circles, they couldn't compete with, right? Because they couldn't see, they were so tied to their traditional model, they couldn't see what the Cirque du Soleil saw, right? So this is something we're gonna do for one of the business during the breakout session, right? Let me give you another example. Does anyone here like video games?
Not really.
No? Oh,
Who likes video games? Be honest.
Not
You do?
me.
Yeah, so this is the case. The left is PlayStation, right? And the right is Nintendo. So for many years, Nintendo was behind PlayStation and Xbox, right? Because they didn't have a lot of the features that the modern consumer computer games they wanted, right? So they ran the model and they said, okay, we can't beat Xbox and PlayStation in this kind of video game experience. Well, what if we develop something else, right? For people who are not gamers, right? People who want to spend time with the family, people who want to, exercise. So that's when they came up with the Nintendo Wii idea, and they put the model here, right? So for them, the blue ocean strategy, they couldn't beat Nintendo Wii is the blue one. They couldn't beat Xbox and PlayStation price. They couldn't beat them in graphics. They couldn't beat them in sound. They couldn't beat them in console specifications, complexity. But wait a minute. They could beat them in other things, such as motion control, right? Ease of use, and family fun. So they started focusing on people that wouldn't buy an Xbox or PlayStation, but would still like to have something fun with the children, with the family. And that's why the Nintendo Wii was a big boost, because they were able to find customers in segments that were different from where everyone is competing and who are looking for this attributes, right? Motion control, ease of use, and family fun, okay? So this is what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna send you the file here in the chat. So we're gonna split the groups and we're gonna start working on two things: the strategy canvas. So what you're gonna I think Elizabeth, we have a leader for each group already, or how are they choosing their companies? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Randall, the groups.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
split in 3.
Yeah. So you guys are going to receive an Excel file with 2 spreadsheets, 2 tabs. Okay. One of them is the strategy canvas, and the other one is the 4-action framework, which I'm going to explain now. Okay. So the strategy canvas is clear for everyone. Is everyone okay with the strategy canvas?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So let me explain now the 4-action framework. So after you run your analysis, there will be things that you want to raise. Okay. So which factors should be raised well above the industry standard? There will be things that you can eliminate. Which factors that the industry has long competed on should be eliminated, right? There are things that you need to create. Which factors should be created that the industry has never offered? That's hard to do, but let's see if we can come up with good ideas there. And reduce. What factors should be reduced well below the industry standards? Okay, so let me share. That's the format. So you're going to write here. Look, from my business, I will eliminate, let's say, try to eliminate or reduce paperwork. If you're a real estate agent, wouldn't be amazing,
Mais tarde,
right?
vai terminar 7h30 aqui, mais ou menos. 7. Tá bom? A gente sai. Vamos comprar gaiola, sim. Vê se você acha no Walmart.
Okay.
Ok, já saiu.
Okay, so you're going to think about the things you want to eliminate, to reduce, and then what you can raise and what you can create. Okay. I suggest that put your company to be debated, because you're going to get some valuable free consulting right there, right? And we're going to see the result of this presentations. I'm going to share now, before we go to the rooms, the Excel file that I'm going to send you. Let me open here.
Esse é o da BBG, seminário hoje.
O quê?
Brazilian Business Group.
Ah, BBG?
Sim.
Ah, o que tem?
Ok, ok.
Okay, so can everyone see the Excel file?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start here with the canvas. Okay, so on the left side, I put a Cirque Du Soleil example, right? So here, all the components, price, star performer, animal show, etc., and the grades for each one of them compared to the competitor. And then here, you see that same graph, right? So what we want to do, we want to find where in your business you're going to find your blue ocean, okay? On the right, you're going to write here your company, right? So you erase Cirque du Soleil. And here with the team, you're going to decide. You don't need to write 12 components if you don't have them, but here I just left some empty space for you. So put all the components that make sense to your business, okay? And then you're going to grade them. Here, just use an example, 5 and 8s. But here you're going to put the real grade and be honest. Okay, in this component, my competitor is 10 and I'm 3. And there's nothing I can do to become a 10. Okay, not a problem, right? Remember, we don't want you to be like your competitor. We want you to be different from your competitor and find your blue ocean. So be really honest when you're doing the grading here, okay? Is this clear, guys? Yes, I'll take this as it is.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so once you're done with the canvas, once you're done with this, so we're gonna find hopefully a few components that you're you can be beyond the competition. Then you're going to move to the second tab, the 4-action framework, and you're going to write here, okay, so what are some things that I want to eliminate from my business? Some factors, things that don't make sense for the industry anymore, things that I can try really hard to be, but I will never be as good as my competitor, right? Things that I spend a lot of time or a lot of efforts or a lot of money on, and they really don't make much difference. And I can reduce them. I can't eliminate them, but I can reduce them a little bit. Things that I want to raise and things that I want to create, okay? And we're going to have 30 minutes to do this. So let's try to, split the work 15 minutes each template, okay? But take advantage of the discussion, take advantage of other people's opinions, right? If it's your business that's going to be on the spotlight, let people speak, right? We know you know your business, but let them bring other ideas, other insights to enrich the conversation. Okay, so let me share this with you before we go to the breakout session.
Eu quero tirar uma foto antes.
Okay, let me just share them.
Say, everybody say blue ocean.
Ocean.
Good.
Antonio, I have a question. We
Sure.
have 16. Do you think you can share in 2 groups is better? Or you want to keep it
16,
3?
I would have maximum 5 per group.
Oh, okay. So we keep in 3 groups. Okay.
Mhm.
I think the file is not going through. Is it okay if I send you the WhatsApp group? Everybody has access to that?
Yes, let me try here. You want to, okay.
Elizabeth, you have the file. Oh, Andrea just did it. Okay.
Just came in, just working.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
So,
fast.
yeah, download the file, right? Let's go to the groups. I will be circulating in the groups to solve any doubts you have. And let's see what we come up with. All right? I'll see
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop to recording now and split in 3 groups.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
So now Elizabeth will do her magic.